Co-authoring for me has been an advantage and a pleasure in a couple of ways. First of all, it keeps you moving, right? It's harder to get stuck, I think, when you're writing by yourself. And so having a co-author means that there's a kind of responsibility, but there's also constant feedback built into it, and it keeps the writing cycle moving for me. It's really been a source of new ideas coming, that the things that I thought were pretty smart by myself when I said them, somebody else said, well, that's good, but there's more to say than that. And so it's always been a way of adding to and going beyond and going deeper than I could have done myself. And it's been kind of interesting the way that the co-author relationship has changed from time to time, that there have been times when I've been the lead author and a co-author has been working sort of in response to what I've done and coming behind me to revise and to change. And then there have been times when that relationship has been changed, where I've been the second author and have been more in a response mode or more in an editing mode. And so for me, it's been an interesting kind of dynamic in the writing that I've done. I've enjoyed it a lot. I think that when you think about writing over the course of a career, that you see some seasons in your writing, that there are times when you're closer to graduate school where you're influenced more by the kind of graduate school mentality and the kinds of training that you had as a grad student. And as you move farther away from that, you move into some kind of different communities of readers and writers and scholars and thinkers that you're part of. So that's changed a bit. And I guess the other change that I've noticed in my own writing and in the ways that it's made a difference for my writing project have been those changes that seek more direct real-world influences and effects, that as you when you first publish, you're just so grateful to be published and to imagine that there's one reader out there. And then in a couple of kind of quirky circumstances in my life, I've written little things that have gotten huge audiences, way more than I expected and way out of proportion to the time that I put into them. And then you start to see, wow, I could say this and it makes a difference for a whole bunch of people out there. And that's been a kind of an enjoyment and a thrill and an unexpected part of my writing life. It used to be that there were sort of more sequestered conditions for my writing. Now it's really hard for me to know when I'm not writing. It seems like writing is just the rhythm of the day, that so much of my work as a department administrator, as a teacher, involves constant writing. My hands are on the keyboard most of the hours of the day, it seems like. And so it doesn't feel to me like writing as a distinct activity is so separate anymore. And I'm more likely to move into a writing project for 15 or 20 minutes or half an hour as part of my day, and then move on to writing department reports or composing a schedule or responding to a memo. Or it feels like it's more of a sort of a constant in and out, and I don't have really long protected private times that are writing times. But that's partly the function of being department chair, where it just seems like I'm in the office a lot and I don't have more private times for writing like I used to have at other points in my career.